Your host, Mark Scott, and we're going to be talking about everything from music, theater, sports, and special entertainment events in your neighborhood. So, we're going to have a guest tonight. His name is Bernard Gibson, and he's with Living Proof. But he's got an extensive history. So, we're going to have fun talking with him. And just sit back and relax and have a good time. And we're just going to be informing you about a whole bunch of things. If you want to call in, the number is 313-355-6018. That's 313-355-6018. Call in. We want to hear from you. We want to hear comments. And we'll be getting into that later on in the show. So sit back and relax. We're gonna get started. Bernard, how you doing, man?
I'm good, Mark. How you feeling, man?
I feel good, man. Real good. Real
well,
good.
You look great.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
I just wanted to have you in and talk about some of the things that you've been doing, what you've done. Your history is extensive, man. I mean, you've just done so much.
Well, first of all, let me just say God is definitely good.
Absolutely.
All the time, right?
Absolutely.
We turned around and did it. And we got a proclamation from this city of Detroit for our rendition of that song.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
That's beautiful. So Bernard, you and I met. I was with the Miracles, and you were with Dennis Edwards' Temptations.
Yeah.
We were in Connecticut at Mohegan Sun.
Yeah.
Casino. And it was a outstanding. I think Martha Reeves was on that show. Jimmy Walker was the MC.
Yes, he was.
The Four Tops were on that show.
They were on the show, yeah. I remember.
Tell us about our experience.
Well, you know what, Mark? When I first heard you, first of all, I'm not talking because we're here.
Sure.
But I stood there when you opened your mouth that night. I was so mesmerized, and I'm being honest with you. I stood there and I watched the show, and I said, wow, this guy's crazy. Dennis comes out the dressing room. I said, listen to this guy, man. I said, he sounds just like Smokey. But we had a good time.
Oh, we did.
You know, the show was very good.
Yeah.
But and then I think I did something here at State Fair.
Mm-hmm.
And here you come, but I didn't expect you, right? But you showed up. And I had to introduce you to the guys. I said, this guy here is the one that I was been telling y'all about. You remember that?
That was in
80s or something?
Yeah, it was in over here right off of 94.
No, Woodward, the State Fairground.
Oh, right.
State Fairground, right off of Woodward, in 8 Mile area.
Right.
And you come in the back dressing room, and I introduced you to the guys at the time, which the group is still called Living Proof.
Mm-hmm.
But I was also doing my thing with the Five Special, Brian Banks and all that stuff, Mike Patillo and everybody. We did our thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Why leave us alone? Why make, hey, man, we kicked it, man.
Yeah. Now, that was a show that I showed up at, but we did another one in the little city right there off of 94. We did you guys sang background, and I was by myself.
Oh, yeah. That was Canada, wasn't it? I thought it was Canada.
No, it was here. It was
oh, well, you know what? Listen, Mark.
We've been so busy, right? I understand.
But, yeah, I remember. We bagged you up. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
3 of us.
We did Woo Baby.
Ah,
yeah. I remember that.
Man. Yeah. We did the background for you, and that was good, man.
Yeah.
That was good.
A lot of fun.
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Love the Miracles music, though.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. It's been a great honor for me to have performed with that group, Bobby Rogers, who was the original member of the Miracles.
Yeah.
And he sustained that group for a good 15 years that I'm aware of when I was able to perform with them.
Right.
But let's get back to you, Bernard. How did you end up with the Temptations?
You know what? I did a show here in Detroit. We were with, it was my brothers and I. We were called the Exportations at the time.
Okay.
Eddie Kendricks came to the show, and we was doing the TCB thing with the Jones Girls.
Ah.
That's how I got the first invitation to try out for the Temptations. Now, I was under another contract at the time, right? So when that happened, Eddie and I sit at the bar, and Eddie said, "Hey, man, let me buy you a drink." No one knew he stuttered. He had a stuttering thing about himself. And he told me then, he said, "I'm leaving the Temptations." My heart dropped because just my imagination had just come out. And I said, "Well, what's going to happen to the Temptations?" I asked Eddie this. And he said, "Well, I'm going to recommend you." I said, "You got to be kidding," because I had sung the song that night, just my imagination. And we were doing it, like I said, with the Jones Girls. You remember them?
I do.
Man, those girls were something else. Woo! But anyway, we did it there at a place called Minjo's. There on 6 Mile in Hamilton. And Eddie bought me the drink. We sat down. He taught me the whole repertoire. I got the job. But the contract I was with at the time, they didn't want to let me out of it. So that's when I met Damon. When I heard Damon, I said, Damon Harris. I said, "You are the guy." I just bowed. Because it's all about respect.
Sure.
You know? And that cat there was another carbon copy of Eddie in his prime.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. You can't take that.
Yeah.
But I was glad I had the opportunity.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I remember Damon well.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was as tall as he was because he looked so short when he's standing next to the Temptations. You know, he looked short, but he was about, what, 6'2", something like that? 6'1", 6'2".
6'6". I just want to say 6.
Yeah.
Straight up. But
Well,
I was the shortest thing there now.
He stood over me. We was in Baltimore, Maryland, and...
How tall are you, Mar?
I'm 5'10".
Okay, well.
So he stood over me.
Well, you know what? He
seemed tall to me.
But that was the requirement of the Temptations, a certain height.
You had to be a certain height.
So I didn't feel, I'm... I was like, well, the voice was there, but the height wasn't. But they didn't mind at the time. Melvin said, "You sang good." He told me that, John. He said, "You sang good, man. But they want to loan you and then have us pay them to pay you." So that's when I met Damon. That's how that went. Okay. But I had rehearsed with them for like 9 months. Yeah.
Damon was doing a Temptation review for a while there too.
Well, yeah. He had his thing, all throughout Europe. Yeah. And he called me for that.
He was awesome.
He sure did.
He was absolutely awesome.
Damon was something else, man. I mean, you take this man's shoes, Eddie Kendricks, and just set him over here because he's already made the mark. All right. Now Damon comes in, and Damon's shoes are over here now. Then you got Glenn Leonard. Then you got Ron Tyson. These people, these people are good friends of mine. I was just on the show with them in Aruba about 3 weeks ago.
Right.
The Temptations, and we brought in Otis's birthday. Yeah, we had a good time. Yeah.
In Aruba, huh?
Yeah, I was in Aruba about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. And I got something coming up in St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But I wanna get a little bit more into this Temptation thing that you did. Because I'm learning here, man. And I've known you for a long time, and I know the people you're talking about.
Yeah.
And how did you get with Dennis?
Actually, Dennis was doing a show here. With Ronnie Nelson and TFO band.
Okay.
And Dennis just wanted some background vocalist at the time. Myself and Mike Patillo.
Okay, Mike, I know Mike.
Bagged him up. I think Lacey was there of Enchantment. I believe I remember Lacey being around along with Esther Todd, Dula, we call her.
Okay.
But we all was bagging him up. But the bottom line was, the 5 Special was already doing the Temptation show. we went to St. Louis to do a performance, Ronnie Nelson and us, but I was there with the Floaters. I'm in the Floaters. Forrest Sims come to me and was talking to me about Dennis wanting some more background vocalists.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, I got the group. And Larry Cunningham, we were all sitting there having breakfast. And I said, well, I have the group. And that's how I brought the Fire Special there. Okay. So the Fire Special became the background behind Dennis. After that. But it started from St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. That's a tall brother too. That was a tall brother.
Talking about Dennis?
Dennis, oh my goodness.
Man, that guy was, I used to do this, look up at yeah, he was all right.
Yeah.
Good guy, man.
Oh, definitely.
Good guy.
Definitely.
Good guy.
You know,
I miss him.
Sometimes you get a really good vibe from people.
Yeah.
And it never changes. It never changes. I've been, we did a thing for Schneider down here at the Fillmore, I believe it was.
Okay.
And Dennis was there, and his whole band was there. And you know what got me about Dennis is that when he walked in, they walked in like an entourage.
Okay.
The whole group was together. No, it wasn't no one person straggling coming in at one time.
Right.
It was Dennis, and then everybody was right behind him, and they just all walked in. They made an impact when they walked in. Even when they came into that ballroom with Governor Snyder at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was really. I noticed that about him.
Well, he taught us a lot,
Yeah, of course.
What Motown taught them. A little bit that I've learned from him, the little bit I've learned from dealing with Charlie Atkins, people like that. I've dealt with Charlie. I've been around so many of these different guys. I sat at home and watched, and I never thought for 1 minute I would be in the midst of these characters,
Right.
But it happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm grateful, man.
Yeah.
I'm just grateful.
Oh man, God is great, isn't
All
he?
the time.
Yeah. You never
All
know
the
where your
time.
blessings are going to come from.
And you don't, And let me say this, Mark.
Go ahead.
As far as the Temptations are concerned,
Mm-hmm.
it's always been my favorite group, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
Never thought in a million years I would have the opportunity to even get this close as you and I are sitting.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt all my life I've been rehearsing to be with that group, and I got a chance.
And you got that
And
opportunity.
I got that opportunity.
Yeah.
But never thinking that way.
Of course not.
But I knew their flavor, I knew their character, I knew their whole style.
Yeah.
And I got the opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been good.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, you never know where your blessings are going to come
That's
from.
right.
That's a wonderful thing. We're going to take a pause for a minute.
Okay,
and
man.
we're going to come back and we're going to talk about Living Proof.
Okay.
And your music that you're working on. And
The new releases
your
and
new
things,
release,
yeah.
your album. You got an album because it's going to be.
It's called Just Can't Get Enough.
Just Can't Get Enough. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good title.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
what
that.
it's called.
I like that.
Just
I like
Can't
that.
Get Enough.
I like that. So you're watching Off the Cuff live, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Like us, follow us, share, comments, and subscribe. Thank you for watching Wjzz Cool TV, the coolest station in the world.
In the world.
In the world.
In the whole wide world.
Yeah. Bernard, I understand a lot of what you're saying because I can relate to it directly.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times, like you said, we don't see it coming.
Right.
When I got with the Miracles with Bobby Rogers, I didn't see that coming either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I know you can relate to that.
I absolutely
Yeah.
can relate to that.
Yeah.
Tell us about this new group. Who's in it? How long you guys have been doing it?
Well, this
Living
group, Living Proof,
right?
Yeah, Living Proof. We have Eddie Camden. I also have Earl Vincent Love.
Okay.
That's in the group. Tyrone was there, but Tyrone, he's not feeling good right now, so I had to take care of that situation. But actually, it's just four of us right now with myself and Roquel. Roquel, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have a female in your group?
No.
Oh, this is Roquel.
Roquel is a guy.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Hey, he better hear you say that. He'd be like, hey, man.
Oh, well, my bad. I got a deep voice.
No,
too,
but
huh?
we got David. David also. David is the new member that took the place of Tyrone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his name is David Burt.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long you guys been doing this?
Right now, this group together, we've been together for about 3 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're going to perform.
Everybody's
in St.
based
Louis.
here in Detroit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's right here.
Right here in Detroit.
Everybody.
Motown.
Right here.
All right. It's a lot of talent come out of
Nothing
Motown,
but
ain't it?
talent up in here. You
Yeah.
got to find it, man.
Yeah.
You got to find it,
Oh,
you know.
man.
And it's here.
Yeah. If you want to call in, the number is 313-355-6018. That's 313-355-6018. We'll be getting to that in the next half hour. Right now we have Bernard Gibson of Living Proof. And what do you say we get to your song? You want to tell us about that song?
Well, that song was recorded here in Detroit under Black Smokes Productions. Who happens to be the CEO is A.J. Sparks, and it's also a subsidiary of Soul Junction Music UK. So these are the people that's responsible for this song, and it's called My Baby.
Okay.
And I thank God that I wrote it. I was laying in my bed. They told me, they said, boy, you better stop jumping around in that room like you doing. I'm like, I got to feel this tune, you know. And I was just in the bed, man, and I wrote this song. And I took it to AJ, and we got it together.
Okay, well, we're gonna listen to that. We're gonna listen to that, and
I hope you like it.
And I'm let the audience hear it. And this is My Baby, Bernard Gibson, and Living Proof.
So many nights I fantasize the warmth of your body. moves on you, baby. Just serve it up to me the way it is, and I'll set you free.
My baby.
Oh, my baby, my baby.
Sick, isn't it?
Oh man, that's nice, man.
Yeah.
I like it's got a good beat, got a good groove. I hope the audience is loving that.
Well, I do too.
You know, that's
I'm hoping.
that's great, man. That's great. So
Yeah.
so now that you're gonna be releasing this single, you got how many songs on the album?
It's 10.
10 songs.
It's
on
10
the album?
songs on the album.
Okay.
Yeah. We did a remake of Stevie Wonder's song, but I'm gonna leave the title alone
Okay.
because I want you to hear it. Oh, it's slamming.
Is it?
Man, it's slamming.
All right, now.
Yeah, we did a
Well, you got to shoot that to
Good
me now, so I can hear it now.
not a problem. Not a problem.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you got something coming up in St. Louis?
Yeah, December the 16th, we'll be in St. Louis, Missouri. We're doing a performance there. And right now, the gentleman that's putting it on, James McKay, he tells me, he said, you know what, man, it's already sold out. The show has been entitled Motown Meets the Blues Town.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go over there and make it do what it do.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, man.
I look forward to hearing your group. I wasn't going to play that, but since you
Is this
played
you?
it- Yeah, that's my new release. That's
I heard this one.
Yeah, it's being played. It's all in England. And,
Yeah.
Australia. Everywhere.
Okay, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
We're gonna play it. We're gonna play a little bit. It's on now, so
I love it.
We're gonna go ahead and play this. This is I just know this feels right. This is my single release. We will be getting into a little bit more of some of the artists that I'm going to be interviewing tonight. It's going to be Billy Wilson. We're going to be bringing in with the Motown alumni, and get a little history of that. But right now, we're with Bernard Gibson. Man, look, it's been an absolute pleasure having
I thank
you
you,
on the
man.
show, man.
I truly thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
You see,
know what I'm saying?
it's all good.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
You know, we get to know about you got a tour coming up or something?
I'm actually setting up a tour throughout Africa, South Africa. Yeah.
Okay.
Right now we at 11 dates.
Okay.
So, starting in Johannesburg, from Johannesburg to Cape Town to Durban to Mobato. So there's going to be quite a few. It's a lot of things that's happening right now.
Right, that's
Yeah.
great,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
That's great. Gonna be in Europe.
Well, after the song is done, because that song, My Baby, is being released the mid-January of this 24. and it's coming out. But I wanted to say, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Mark Scott.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna cut this. I can always get back to me.
Yeah,
right?
man, that's good.
But
man.
I wanna play your song one more time.
Well, that's already you got me geeked up, man. That's cool.
I wanna, but that was really an accident. I didn't mean to do that.
No, man, that's I heard
understand.
this song. I like it.
But this is what's happening right now. This is Bernard Gibson and Living Proof. We've been honored to have him in the studio today. So if you want to call in, you got a few more minutes. You can call in now at 313-355-6018. You got some questions for Bernard? I want you to call in at 313-355-6018.
First time I saw you walking down that street, I said you're so damn fine. I just wanna touch you. I really wanna ask you, will you please be mine?
And it's your time, Bernard. This is your time, baby.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, man. You just don't know.
I like it.
I was laying in the bed and I wrote this.
Ain't that the way it works? Ain't that the way it works? Yeah.
We switching.
Well, we're listening to the music right now. So, who's playing the music?
Ooh, a variety of different people. I know that AJ Sparks was, orchestrated it.
AJ Sparks. He did the arrangement on this?
Him and another gentleman. I can't call his name right now because it's like escapes me right there. Eric. I'm sorry, Eric. Eric and AJ Sparks is responsible for the. Well, Eric has passed away, but I'm just saying when he did the music along with AJ Sparks, which is Black Smoke production.
Okay.
That's who did the track, along with your keyboardist.
Steven Jackson?
Yes,
Okay.
Steve.
Steve
Yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah, Steve is a great guy, man. I heard some of his new stuff too.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
Yeah. He did the keyboards on Let Me Groove You.
Yeah, I know.
He did some work
I know.
on that one
I
there
know.
on my album. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Mhm.
But Steve is in here too.
That's him playing the
He's
keyboard?
playing the keyboards. Yeah, Steve Jackson. I couldn't think of the names because
Steven Jackson, you said my keyboard player.
Yeah, because I know he played for
Of
you.
course.
Yeah.
He's my musical director.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Lovely guy, man.
Yeah.
Love him.
Can't find a nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good guy.
He's awesome. Absolutely awesome. So, yeah. No, you good. You good. Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, so we got my baby, Bernard Gibson. Bernard, it's been a pleasure having you tonight, man.
Hey, man, thanks,
You
man.
know, and this is Living Proof. This is their new release. The album is called again?
Just can't get enough.
You got a website?
Well, actually, it's just Bernard Gibson, Temptation Review deal. So you look that up. It's a lot of things that's you hear and there will be on that site.
Oh, okay. And that site again is?
Bernard Gibson, Temptations Review. That's all it is.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Hey,
That's it.
man, it's been a pleasure.
Hey,
Thank you
man,
so
Mark,
much,
thanks
man.
a million,
Again,
man. And we're gonna
Love
do
it.
that Africa tour,
Oh,
man.
no
We're gonna make it
question.
happen.
No question. No
Yeah,
question.
it's not a lost cause yet.
No
Look, just
question.
bear with the program, but that's
No.
how they do their thing.
Hey, no question.
You
We're
know.
going to work on that. We're going to work on that.
Okay, man.
All right. Thank you.
Take care, man.
You're watching Off the Cuff. You're watching Off the Cuff live, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and other top social media platforms. So like us, follow us, share, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching Wjzz Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. We're going to be bringing in another legendary individual here in Detroit, the city of Detroit, Mr. Billy Wilson of the Motown Alumni Association. So stay where you are. Again, if you have any questions, you want to call in, it's 313-355-6018. That's 313-355-6018. I want to pull your coattail on a couple of things regarding what I'm doing. You can my website is markscottnow.com. That's markscottnow.com. Go there, sign my mailing list, and we send out specials and packages and give up free MP3s and downloads and things like that. And you can stay informed as to what I'm doing as with my Mark Scott thing. I mean, I'm still doing the Miracle Association thing tribute, but right now you can go to markscottnow.com and get all the information you need on what I'm doing and what the station is doing, and as far as off the cuff and what we're doing with this television show. I want to thank you for tuning in and being with us tonight. It's been an absolute gas with Bernard Gibson and Living Proof and my baby. Yeah, my baby. That's going to be a hit, I think. I think that's going to be a good one. Right now, we have a really good friend of mine, Mr. Billy Wilson of the Motown Alumni Association, the founder of the Motown Alumni Association. And Billy, it's a pleasure to have you here with me tonight, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, my brother.
Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. You want to give us a little background on who Billy Wilson is and how you came to do what you're doing?
I'm Ipsy Gypsy from Ypsilanti, Michigan.
Okay.
I just had a dream. Actually, the Motown Alumni Association was just an idea. Mm-hmm. I happened to be working with Martha Reeves. I guess it was 1995.
Okay.
And I was working with her community program that she had. And she had just come from a funeral for one of the Temptations had died. She was sad because she didn't get a chance to always see many of her Motown comrades except in passing. Mm-hmm. They'd never get together for anything.
Okay.
So I was thinking, well, why don't y'all start a alumni association? She said, where you come up with that cockamamie idea? I said, well, colleges do it. I mean, other organizations do. White people do it. Black people too. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's a crazy idea. She said, well, if you want to start one, you start it. And I kept thinking, okay, I might as well start one. Mm-hmm. Now, little did I know is the back end of all of that is that Motowners do not like when anybody steps into their arena unless you're a Motowner. You better be a true Motowner. And it's not a racial thing, because there are white Motowners and Hispanic Motowners. There's multicultural. Mm-hmm. Motown was probably one of the few multicultural record companies in the United States, okay. and which is a wonderful thing, because that was really that was a big issue during that time period. Mm-hmm. So what I did was that's when the internet started. That's when the internet started.
So you're talking around 2000?
Oh, 1990, like 1990 to 1995-ish, people started getting on the internet.
Okay.
And I thought, okay, let me,
Yeah, because in 2000 they were concerned with it crashing, right?
at that time,
everything shutting down.
at that time,
Yeah.
yeah, that was like 5 years before, after I started. And so after that event, I thought, okay, you know, there's a few people on the internet nowadays, I guess. All of a sudden, this swarm of people started showing up on the internet, on my site. I thought, wow, I must be popular or something like that. What happened was Martha Reeves had gone overseas, and she started talking about the Motown Alumni Association. And those people
Plugged you.
Yes. She was my very biggest plug from the very beginning. But she called it a cockamamie idea. But apparently, I mean, that idea has grown to 11 million fans and 35, 40 branches worldwide.
Okay.
I bet we're the biggest advocate for Motown in the world.
Okay.
Nobody's bigger.
All right. And you started all that.
I started.
With some help from Martha Reeves.
Oh, Martha.
This is a wonderful thing.
Yes. Yes.
This is a wonderful thing. Yeah, Martha is you and I both know her very well. And so, what do you do with the Motown now? I mean, how is what you do in supporting them connected to what they're doing in their marketing?
I don't.
You don't? Okay. So
No.
you're totally independent from them.
Totally independent from them. Totally independent from the museum. But since I support all things Motown,
Sure.
of course, I'm going to always talk good about them and talk
They
about
are
the
good. They're great.
wonderful things that have
Yeah.
happened throughout the years
Sure,
and
sure.
all the adventures that have happened with. 'Cause every artist has their own adventure, and that's sort of the wonderful thing about being an entertainer. You know, all of us. What's funny is that those of us that are true entertainers, been around for a long time, we have similar stories, one way or the other.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth?
We have similar stories, so we can't talk to the regular person quite as well as we can talk to other entertainers that have similar kind of stories. It's like a doctor, a surgeon. One surgeon can talk to another surgeon. You know, they could talk surgeon talk. Entertainers talk entertainer talk.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we get amongst each other. You could be a small entertainer, and there could be a large entertainer in the room, but we can still talk because we have similar types of stories that have happened
Yeah, and experiences.
and experiences.
Absolutely. You're a musician as well, right?
50 years, 50 plus years before I came to Detroit, I would say. Traveling, touring musician for a long, long time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
You ever do
played
any work down at United?
numerous times.
Don Davis, you work with him?
No,
George
No.
Clinton, somebody like that?
no.
Dramatics?
No,
Okay.
maybe Dramatics. I think L.J. Reynolds.
Oh,
I think I worked with him down there. Just a couple of other artists here and there.
okay. All right. All right. See, I'm learning some stuff myself, you guys. You know, I mean, I've known Billy for many years.
Yes,
We worked together.
we did.
You know, we did the last single that the Miracles did.
As a matter
that
of
I
fact.
wrote. What is it? Leaving You.
Leaping You. That's
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, with Bobby on it, and
That's true.
We released that on what was that label again?
Motor City Hits
Yeah.
and Motor City Hits Records.
Mm-hmm.
I think we put that song on a couple of albums that we put out.
Okay.
I think we put out 2 or 3 albums, and we put that same song over and over and over again on the same,
Bobby knocked that one out of the park.
He did.
He started it out, and then he was doing that in it, and
That's
it was
true.
it was beautiful. Michael Powell produced that.
it. He produced it. That's true. And there were a lot of artists on there that
It was
well
that album.
known.
You were intricately involved in that production, weren't you?
As a matter of fact, I was behind the scenes doing a lot of stuff. I was the get it done guy, And the great thing about it is that I came on board through Herb Strather. He wanted me to come because I was the one that brought the Motown stars into his company.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the biggest Motown fans.
Yeah.
And the lady that he had at the time, her name was Elfrida Upshaw. She was his music director, the entertainment director, like a booking agent. And he thought that every time she said something, that the Motown stars just flocked to her. Elfrida was my director. She came to me to get those stars. In fact, one of the ways that I met you was through Bobby and Bill Barron. And in that connection. And see, I taught Elfrida how to be a part of the industry. So what I told her not to do, don't tell anybody that I helped you. I want you to visually be independent. Because that way, when you step out on your own, you'll know what to do. You know how to talk. You got to talk entertainer talk.
Right.
And she was good at it.
Yeah, she really was. I liked her. I liked Elfrida. She was a beautiful person. She's in Florida, isn't she?
She passed.
She passed.
But yeah, she moved to Florida.
Yeah, I didn't want to go there.
Yeah, well, it happened.
But she had moved to Florida.
She did.
Before she passed. Yeah.
She did.
Yeah. Her number's still in my phone, man.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every now and then I get the urge of like, oh, wait a minute, I can't call her now. Maybe I can call her through God's line. He might let her answer.
Yeah. So now we've covered your musicianship. I remember talking to you some years back, and you were talking about a wall of fame or something to that nature.
Yeah.
You still working on that?
Yeah, we're doing it's called Unity Park. It's actually it's going to be an all red brick park. We're having the Motown Walk of Fame inside of that park, as well as we'll have the Walk of Fame of Detroit DJs, radio people.
Sure.
We'll have other groups that will have their Walk of Fame in it too. It won't be just Motown; it'll be the entertainment world of Detroit. Yeah. But the biggest of the entertainment will be the Motown Walk of Fame, and that park will be a massive, massive park. The entire entertainment world will be involved. At some point in time, everybody will get their star. Those that have been in the business for a while, whether it be rock and roll, punk, hip hop, everybody will have a star at some point in time.
Okay. Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
It's a big
Years
project.
back, and I've been anticipating it ever since.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that happening here in Detroit.
And
Detroit-
we're gonna have it in Detroit and Los Angeles.
Okay.
We're putting 2 of them you know, at probably about the same time.
Okay.
But we're also considering putting one in Vegas.
Okay.
Because many of our Vegas people, they either live in Vegas or, you know, they're
Go back and
still
forth
out.
to Detroit too.
Yes.
Yeah, I see
Yes.
a lot of them here.
Yes,
Often.
yes.
Yeah. So that's in the works.
Mm-hmm.
What else is happening? What else is going on? You were telling me about something else we were talking about before the show.
I produce I promote music.
Sylvia Moy.
Yes, I work with the Sylvia Moy's estate,
Mm-hmm.
the Masterpiece Satellite Records. That's the estate's record company,
Mm-hmm.
which is also Masterpiece Studios. You know, Sylvia Moy had a studio. And her studio actually was one of the premier studios, private studios here in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
She's had it for a long time. For people who don't know who Sylvia Moy is, she is the first female producer for Motown Records. And she was Stevie Wonder's producer.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the big hits that you see that everybody's seen, that anybody heard pertaining to Stevie, either she co-wrote or she produced.
Mm-hmm.
Almost his whole time during the 60s.
Okay, and the Masterpiece Studios. They do recordings over there? You do any recordings over there? Did Motown do any recordings over there?
No,
No.
that was Sylvia's private studio.
Private studio, okay.
Yeah, usually the other Motown celebrities would go there, and that's where they would record. And, you know, I mean, they go to other studios here in
course.
Detroit, but
The disc.
yeah,
Yeah.
but Sylvia's was the, you know, see if Sylvia's studio's available. you know. So it's been around for a very, very,
Very
long time.
Yeah, I met her brother. You
Melvin.
corrected me on this earlier.
Yeah.
I met her brother at an event with. It was a concert for the music awards.
Mm-hmm.
Music awards.
With the
Not the
Detroit,
Detroit Music Awards.
the Detroit Black Music
It
Awards.
was the Detroit Music Awards,
Right.
not the Detroit Black Music Awards.
Okay,
It
the
was
Detroit Music Awards. Yes, yes,
I was at
yes.
an event for them.
Okay.
Some of their people were there, and I met.
He was there.
I met her brother.
He was there then,
Yeah,
I
he
take
was
it.
there. Took a couple pictures with him. I got, I documented all that stuff.
He's
you know.
been around quite some time, you
Yeah.
know. He deserves his recognition in the business.
He's running that Masterpiece Studio now, isn't he?
The whole family is
family?
running.
Oh.
Yeah, his whole family is doing their thing. And
Okay. So now your association with them extends past that, doesn't it?
I am the consulting promoter for the company. And the artists, they have a number of artists that they had for their competition earlier this year, the music competition with Sony Records
Okay.
at Motor City Hits. I'm sorry, Motor City Casino
Casino. Okay.
at the soundboard.
Oh, okay.
It was a pretty big event. Sony Records sponsored it, co-sponsored it with the family.
Okay.
The biggest award, like
And
20,
then when is this happen?
about 2 months ago
months
or
ago?
so.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a pretty big to do.
Where did they do that? At the Masterpiece Studios?
At Motor City
At the casino.
Casino.
Yeah, oh, okay.
The event was there.
Oh, okay.
What they did was they took a lot of Sylvia's songs and they allowed everybody to do their rendition of her songs.
Oh, who
And-
was there singing?
Just a slew of young artists, older artists from around the country and here in Detroit. It was the Detroit group that won, though.
So it was a competition.
Huh?
It was a competition.
It was a competition, yeah. Yeah, it was a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
I didn't think
Sound like it.
I didn't think I was going to work with the company because I was there as a guest. And it just so happened, Herb Strather happened to call me and said, Billy, look, this lady wants to talk with you about something and, give her some advice. And it happened to be Celeste Moy, the lawyer, and the sister of Sylvia Moy. And we got into this long conversation, and I loved what they were doing. They loved what I was doing, because I promote on a global level. And what I do allows the average person to get on the major level immediately. And I promote around the world. And depending how much you pay, you can go up the ladder immediately. But the difference is, what they don't realize is that now your competition is not your next door neighbor or the guy down the street or even a semi-professional in a bar. Your competition is everybody you see on television.
Right.
Everybody you see on television. So whatever your genre of music, if you're hip hop, that means Cardi B and Snoop Dogg and everybody is on the same chart that you're on. Your music has to climb up the chart to get the DJs to pay attention to you.
Okay. Let me. You're watching Off the Cuff with Billy Wilson, Motown Alumni Association, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Like us, follow us, share, comments, and subscribe. Thank you for watching Wjzz Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. This is Mark Scott with Off the Cuff, and you're listening to a fascinating story from Billy Wilson. You can get more information on what I'm doing at www.markscottnow.com. Oh man, it's just a pleasure having you, man. This is great.
All right.
This is great. You got to come back. You got way too much for me to cover in 1 hour.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got a lot.
Yeah, you got a lot. And you bring some samples when you come back. Of some of the things people that you're working with, and maybe we can showcase and spotlight some of those people as well. Because I know you do promotions and things of that nature too.
A lot of music. I promote a lot of major stars, Lakeside, Johnny Mathis, Frida Payne, Little Anthony, Teddy Riley. I think
we're running out of time.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta have you back. So again, this is Off the Cuff. This is Off the Cuff with Mark Scott. I'm your host. It's been a pleasure having you this evening. I hope you enjoyed the show. We're gonna try to get Billy back in here and talk about some more things that he's doing, and we're gonna bring Bernard back too, because he's just a fascinating. When you were saying with Dennis Edwards, and of course, it's going to be fascinating. Next week we have Ronnie McNair, and we'll be talking to him about a lot of things. He's one of the vocalists for the famous Four Tops, Motown's famous Four Tops. So we'll see you next week on Tuesday, 7 p.m., and look to see you there. And you can call us again at 313-355-6018. And don't forget to go to my website, markscottnow.com, sign my mailing list, and we'll be in contact with you, sending you all kinds of great music. Have a good night. We love you. God bless. Hey, man, so, go ahead. Let me hear some more about this stuff, man. It's going to fade, it's going to fade, so...
we're promoting a guy named Reggie Page. He's